Looking to make some healthier habits this holiday season? Make sure to check out our Moving Through Midlife community over on Facebook, as we are doing a Planksgiving event where we are doing daily plank workouts. We will be doing an advent for healthy, happy hips this holiday season, and then also have a sugar challenge, a 2 week sugar challenge that you might be interested in. Happy holidays!
Welcome to Raising Healthy Humans, a podcast created for busy moms, where you can easily find info on health and wellness for your family. Join Courtney, a health coach, movement and posture specialist, and founder of FormFit, an active and supportive community where she helps busy moms move more. Here on Raising Healthy Humans podcast, she shares personal life experiences, training, knowledge, and conversations with other health and wellness experts so you can raise healthy humans.
Today, I am speaking with Aline from Box EcoStore about how we can reduce our waste. Aline is a mom of 3 who began sustainable living after moving from France to Seattle and noticed all of the waste they had accumulated. Her goal is to help each of us reduce our single-use plastic pollution and make low waste simple, convenient, and accessible. If you are in the Seattle area, definitely check out her delivery service and EcoStore. And for those of you elsewhere, she also provides consults virtually to help you live a more sustainable life. I hope you enjoy our conversation. Hi, Eileen. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Courtney?
I'm great. I am excited to have you on. I actually have seen, so you own an out of what would you call it? Out of the box. Well,
Out,
your company is out of the box, but
yes,
it is a, what do you
an
call it? A
eco.
no
It's a
container.
yeah. So it calls out of the box eco store. It's a refill store. I think you have some in Florida. Yeah. No.
Oh, wait, well, so we'll have to talk about that because
Sorry.
we do have no, we have some of these, but not one specifically like yours. So we have like a
Oh,
Sprouts and like there's a place up in another city north of us that's a little bit bigger and more bulk item things, but not like a specific store. So I wanted
okay.
to learn from you because I find it fascinating. And I am very big on wanting to become having less plastic in my life. I mean, I'm definitely starting to make that turn, working on getting bar shampoo and conditioner and things like that, working on laundry sheets and just trying to move that way for less plastic. But it is definitely a challenge because
Yes, it
everything
is.
comes in plastic.
Yes, it is. You just have to take things small and do what you can. Do not compare yourself to anybody else, and do not expect immediate results because it's a journey, right? Like you are in a well-being field, like health. You know that when you go on diet, it's not happening overnight. We wish, but it doesn't happen overnight.
Could you say that again? There's so many people that just want it to happen. Okay, 6 weeks to my results. I'm like, we don't go that
Oh.
route here. It's gonna be a journey.
Yeah, it's hard. So our little business is a refill store. It's a place where you can come with your own container and refill your home essentials. So I heard that you switch to bars and strips and these kind of things, which is good, but some people are very attached to liquid and powder, these kind of things. So they can bring their empty container and then they refill. So basically you don't need the container, you just need the product, right? So
Right.
why would you pay for the plastic and have so much waste when you just need the laundry detergent? So yeah.
Right. Well, what I find interesting, the more like I think about it, this hasn't always been a problem for us, this overuse of plastic. So what did we do back like in years before? And I don't even mean like back in the early 1900s. I don't even mean that because I'm sure, life was very different. Even like when I was a child, I was trying to remember because I don't think plastics were quite as throwaway as they are today. So I was trying to remember, like, what did everybody use back then? I don't know.
Um, I think it comes from different things. I think they didn't have the same way to consume. Today, everything is on the top of your finger. You can scroll down and buy it, ship it. You have it in 24 hours, even overnight. So I think the overconsumption is the main problem. And yes, I remember having like so many product in glass containers and not plastic containers. So
Yes.
yeah, I think we had more conscious about the waste at that time. I know that I grew up. I'm this generation where um, people told me you have to recycle. Recycle will help reduce waste.
Yes.
So I grew up with only one garbage can, and then for some reason another one came in, and then a third one. And I grew up in France, so in France it's even more detailed. I mean, where I lived, you have one garbage can for glass, one for cardboard, one for plastic, one for everyday garbage and compost and everything. So it was very detailed, I would say. And the solution to the pollution at that time was recycling, recycling, recycling. And now it's not the case anymore. Only 9% of recyclable are actually recycled.
Which is so discouraging to hear.
Yes, it's it's a reason why we need to find another solution, because
Right.
recycling now is not the solution anymore.
Right.
There is
So
different
what
ways to do it.
what what got you on this journey? So I mean, it sounds like you pretty much were on this early on with
Yeah, so
recycling at least.
so we come from France. I arrived in Seattle area about 15 years ago. And so like I said, I grew up with all these sorting out my garbage. And what happened here is I couldn't speak English like 15 years ago. I learned it at school, but it was not like having a real conversation with someone anyway. So um and then I just realized that all the stuff that we had to bring back from France to here, and say, oh my gosh, I have so many stuff. So it was the first realization. And then after that, so I tried it to understand how thing was recycled, because like once again I grew up with recycling rules. And then so I realized that we have three different bins here in Seattle area. And then I had all that cardboard boxes. When you move, you have all these cardboard. And I
Mhm.
felt really guilty. I mean, I just
Mhm.
felt I was like, no, I don't want to put that in the street. People will talk about it. They're gonna say, oh, look at the new neighbor, blah, 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 blah. And so I didn't find the courage to put everything out. And then so I started to say, okay, I'm gonna reuse it. And I started to build and create some artwork with my cardboard boxes. For like, since we arrived, I turned cardboard boxes into pieces of furniture, the actual like bookshelf and chairs. And I've been very, very creative for the past 15 years.
Oh my
So it
goodness.
was it was my first step into my sustainable journey. And then after that, so we had two small kids at that time. We have three kids now. But I just wanted to be more conscious about what I was buying. And then I quickly thought about, if I buy that thing, what how it's gonna end up. And so we started to reduce that and then to reuse whatever we had at home, repair, borrow. We didn't know how long we will stay here. So if I needed a big tool or whatever, I would ask my neighbor, "Oh, can I borrow that? I need that for an hour. So I don't need to buy one. I can just borrow it." And then, yeah, and then one step at a time, we just reduce waste. And it was just amazing to see that guilt and that fear that I had at the beginning, where I said, "Oh, I can put all that trash out. People's gonna talk." I was so proud to go out with my only trash bag on Friday morning and put it in my garbage. I was so proud of me because I thought that I was reducing my waste. So
Mhm.
yeah, but I continue. It's a journey. I mean, 15 years later, I'm bad at so many things. It's hard, like you said. It's so hard. I just take it one step at a time.
Now, how did you begin your business? Is this like just something that you created on your own? Is it a franchise? How did you get started with this?
So I'm a creative person, and I think I'm very like I'm an entrepreneur,
Uh-huh.
in my gene or whatever. So that specific business um, was born pretty much before, like during COVID, when I
Okay.
realized that all the effort that everybody was doing this past year just like was blowing up, because like you couldn't go outside, you couldn't, you were like delivering your grocery store, your groceries from in plastic bags and all that, this kind of stuff. So I said, well, it would be great uh, to create what we call it a mobile store. So once again, it was a story from my personal childhood when I was spending summers at my grandma's house, and then she was living in a very small village in France, and she did not have any cars. And then every single, like I would say every single week, but I would say every other days, we had that truck coming at our doorstep. And I don't remember exactly, but Monday was the butcher coming here with the van, and he was opening the side of the van, pretty much like a food truck.
Mhm.
And it was, "Hey, bonjour, Madame Laurent. What do you need today?" And then my grandma just like, well, like um buying whatever she needed for the week. And then 2 days later was something else, like the little grocery, and then the fisherman. And then I said, wow, I think it will be so great, so innovating, but at the same time old fashioned kind of thing, to
Mhm.
create a mobile store. So a minivan with all the product that you use every day: dish soap, laundry detergent, shampoo, conditioner, hand soap, and then going place to place and then say, "Hey, people, you can just leave your empty container, your jars at your doorstep. I will come, refill it, and that's it." And so we created that 2 years ago in April 21. We bought a little van, and my husband built that a beautiful, cute store. And I started to go around and say, "People, hey, if you need any hand soap, let me know." And we just combine my childhood like memory with
Uh-huh.
the milkman program a long time ago, right? And
Uh-huh.
especially in Europe, in England, you have the milkman. You just have the milk delivered in glass bottle at your
Mhm.
doorstep. You leave the
Mhm.
empty, and then they were switching to a full bottle of. So it's exactly the same idea. And then after that, so a year ago, we opened a store in downtown Issaquah. But we're still doing the mobile part.
Okay.
Yeah, and the physical, like the brick and mortar, like you call it, a little
Okay.
store. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was looking at your site
Mm.
and I know, like, I'm thinking as I'm saying this, like, I would love to be able to purchase from you some items. I was looking because one thing I want to try is the bite-sized toothpaste.
Tablets?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
But then, like you mentioned, like, shipping, that's one thing where I'm like, "Ah." I have a few companies that I work with that it's like they're on the West Coast and they ship things to me, and it's that feeling of like, "Oh, that box. What can I do with that box now?" So but you do ship, right? You ship items?
No.
Oh, you
No,
don't
I
ship
don't.
items.
Like I built my little business with a certain amount of ideas and
Okay.
concept and missions. And then I don't ship. It's
Okay.
I do local delivery
Okay.
and you can come at the store and then I calculate everything and these two methods help reduce carbon footprint, but I do not ship. I cannot really explain the reason. It's just like for now, my goal is to stay very local
Okay.
and to grow that community, eco community minded, you know. And I know that there is so many companies, so many bigger companies that can deliver and ship whatever you want, whenever you need. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
no, it's the thing that we don't do. We don't ship, even like
Okay.
a few miles away from us. It just,
So
not yet.
basically what you're doing is bringing it back, which I feel like there's a movement that is occurring that
Hmm.
is really pushing, and I really think this I feel like this is where we go with our future, is bringing things back into your own community, doing things like this where you're getting, your local your meat from your local, butcher, and all of this, local farming, and not so much of this big, uh, you can get
Shipping
anything
world.
from yeah, anything from anywhere. So, can you provide us with maybe some tips, some information that can help us? One, like, what steps could we take as moms or families with having less waste in our own home?
Yeah, absolutely. There are many ways to reduce waste at home and move toward a more sustainable lifestyle without breaking a leg or your bank account. Like I said at the very beginning, it's about starting small, do what you can, do not compare yourself to anybody else, do not expect immediate results. Just have to learn and enjoy along the way. Um, I think one of the first thing, and I told you earlier as well, is that your first step will be to rethink the way you consume. It's buying less. Do I really need that? Can I borrow it? If I want that little dress, okay, how many times I'm gonna wear it? Is it just for a wedding? So maybe I can rent a nice dress, or I'm gonna put it on all summer. It's these kind of questions. So just adopt a new eco consumption mindset. This is the first step. The second step is you're gonna reuse what you have first, and think about, we say, reusable instead of disposable. I
Okay.
don't know. Have a party on Friday at my home. And it's always super hard for me because when you have like 15 or 20 people, I don't have that, all the plates for all these people.
Right.
So I don't know what to do. And then, so what I'm going to do is that, okay, I have a set of 12. So maybe I'm going to ask one of my guests or even my neighbor. She's not invited. I love her, but she's, maybe I can ask her, oh, do you have like 10 plates that I can borrow for that day? And I don't care if it's pink and green and yellow, it's just to eat on it, right?
Right.
It's just thinking reusable. What I can buy that will be reused and reused. And it's something that I can wash and reuse again. Like the main example is the paper towel. Do you use paper towel, Courtney?
So my husband does. He drives me crazy with it because I did not grow up in a paper towel. We use dishcloths. That's what we
Yeah.
use. And he just rips through them, and I'm like, ugh. So I buy them for him, and I use dishcloths for myself.
So that the dishcloth is a very good solution. The only thing that I use paper towel for bacon. I have 3 kids; they love bacons, and then I cannot soak the grease out of
Yeah.
my towels, whatever. So I use specifically paper towel for that, and I find a company that does it from recycled paper. So it's another
Uh-huh.
way to consume. Okay, I really need paper towel. I use it. I cannot live without it. So maybe I can find a better, a greener solution for that problem. And my solution is okay. So I know that I'm going to use paper towel only for that thing. So I will use it, yes, less for sure. But now I can find a company or a vendor or a place where I can find recycle or bamboo based paper towels. So it's another example. Or we love mayonnaise, and even if I'm French, I'm not good at making my own mayonnaise. And so what I'm gonna do is that I will be at the grocery store and I will go with the mayonnaise that isn't a glass jar because I know that glass is recyclable or I can
Mhm.
reuse it for so many things. So basically, I kind of avoid all squeezy bottles except when they are reusable. So it's like few things that you can think about when we talk about reusable instead of disposable. And my third advice will be to learn how you can compost and recycle properly. So for that, you just need to contact your city and to know the rules. Learn the rules, do it. It just I started with my 3 kids. I had some little labels here, and then step by step, we just learn how to put things away correctly. For um, for example, for the recycling, we make sure that everything that is in a recycle bin is recyclable and will be recycled. So it will be a part of that 9%. So yeah, compost, recycle properly, and then you will see a difference in your garbage can. Like I said, you're gonna go with only 3 garbage can for the week instead of 5 or 6.
Right.
That the satisfaction that you have when you can close completely your garbage can on garbage day, like, oh my gosh, look at the neighbor, it's still open, but no, mine, I can close it.
Well, and you made a point earlier about like plastics, how things aren't, yes, it says it's recyclable, but you mentioned that a lot of the things that are going even to a recycling plant are not actually being recycled in the end.
Yeah, and there is so many reasons for that. I visited the recycling um, center here in Seattle, and then it was. I mean, it comes from the fact that people don't know how to recycle, so
Mhm.
they're gonna put anything and everything in that recycle bin, and then these everything and they're gonna mess up with the system, and
Mhm.
they're gonna contaminate what is actually recyclable. So everything's gonna go back in the landfill. So there is different ways to do things properly. I know here we have to clean up the recycle. Everything should be clean, empty, clean, and dry.
Mhm.
A plastic bottle of your favorite drink. First, finish it. I mean, you got it. You have to finish your plate. This is the first thing. If you cannot finish it for some reason, empty, rinse, let it dry for a few minutes, and then put it in a garbage can. And this one will not contaminate the rest, and it will be recycled. It's just few rules that you have to learn from your
Right.
city.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some I mean, there's even, like,
Mm.
yogurt containers
Yeah.
that you have to pull off the plastic
Yeah.
around it, and that's one thing, like, I noticed for myself when I go to the grocery store, even though my kids love the little containers because they're single serve, with the yogurt, I try to still buy and
Yeah.
it's still not the best because it's still plastic, but it's better than this that's how I conceptualize it. It's better
Yeah.
because I'm getting more servings out of that one plastic piece of plastic than all the plastic, the foil, all of it on each of them separately.
Yes, buy bigger quantity if you don't have a specific store, or if you cannot buy in bulk, or bag a big bag of whatever cereal instead of having small bags, or yogurt like you said.
Mhm.
But you know what? Making your own yogurt takes
I
five
knew you were
minutes.
gonna say that. I was thinking to myself, she doesn't make her own mayonnaise. Maybe she won't come after me to make my own yogurt.
And I want to be clear with everybody. I have two jobs. So I have a day job. I have three kids. I have a dog, a very active dog, and I run my own business. And so I don't have time to do my yoga and my own food and my own, but honestly, yogurt. You just need an instant pot.
I have
It
one.
takes like 5 minutes of your life.
Okay. Okay.
That's it. I can share the recipe. I will be so happy to do that. And then you have like
Sure.
12 yogurt ready to go. So 5 minutes.
Okay.
Seven. Okay.
Okay.
7 minutes.
I will definitely try. I will try it for you because I mean that is one thing because we go through a fair amount of yogurt. My daughter loves it. So I'm willing to give it a try because I do have an instant pot. So
Yeah.
I will try that. With like an eco store, since we do not have one. We have like a Sprouts here. I don't know if you have them out west, but they have these bulk and it always gets me. So they've got all these bulk containers for nuts and seeds and all of that, but then you put them in a plastic bag. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I
I
is
think
there go ahead.
yeah. I just think that it's the same here. So first of all, I don't do dry food. I just do personal care in my own store. But
Right.
for food, I noticed that since COVID, you cannot bring your own jar and then refill your own jars. You have to put it in a plastic bag. Um, but a plastic bag can be reused so many times.
Okay. So
Yeah. So even
you think you just bring that your plastic bags back with you or
oh
you can
yeah,
use them for another matter in your
yeah.
own house?
Yeah, forget about Ziploc. Maybe the plastic bag that you have to get from that bulk store
Mhm.
can wrap the sandwich of your kids a couple times. Maybe it can keep your greens fresh longer. Maybe it can serve you and help you to freeze stuff. It's just like if you don't have the choice, maybe you can create more opportunities for that single use item, and it's your choice to make it reusable
Right.
and not disposable for one thing. It's just a mindset. Like it's I often like compare sustainable living to a new diet, and you can help me with that because when you go on a diet or you want to um, get fit or get more energy. So you have some goals about your health. First thing, you cannot do everything at one time. You cannot, I mean, have more energy, sleep better, and lose weight, and then be firm, and then be fit, and then two at the same time. It's impossible. So,
Right.
like a diet, you you need one a motivation. You need a small goal. You need a plan.
Mhm.
You need consistency, and you need a reward. It's at the main thing, right? Am I
Right.
wrong?
No, no, that's right. Yeah.
So being sustainable is exactly the same thing. You need a
Okay.
motivation. What is your motivation? Be a good example for your kids. Reduce your waste. Being more healthy and having like more eco-friendly products and no toxic product in your life. What is your motivation? What is your goal? Okay, I want to make sure that I want to reduce my waste by half in 6 weeks. And then after that, you have a plan. Okay, what I'm going to do to reduce waste. I'm going to review my consumption habits and then I will buy less and maybe ask me more questions and then blah, blah, blah. And then after that, you need consistency. So you need to do that thing. Like I decided to bring my own bag at the grocery store. I need to do it every single week or every single day for at least, I don't know, we said 21 days, but I believe it's way more.
Right. Right.
And so consistency. And then you need a reward. You need to pet yourself, say, yeah, I'm proud of you because you brought your bag at the grocery store. Or I reuse that plastic bag that they forced me to get when I get my bulk, whatever. So it's exactly the same thing. And the reward at the end is it's very satisfying. You save money.
Mhm.
Being more sustainable, the result is you save money. It's a myth to think that being sustainable is more expensive. It's no. You reduce your waste, which is good
Mhm.
for you, for your environment. Um, you being more eco-friendly can also improve your physical health and well-being, like I
Mhm.
said earlier. And use such a good example for your kids, your family, your friends, your neighbor, your community. So there is so many benefits of being more sustainable, and it's more complicated than going on diet or or be committed to your program, Courtney, or
Mhm.
yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So if we have listeners that are in the area,
Yeah.
how do they go about working, or, having you come out? I'm assuming that you run a certain area within Seattle, correct?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. And then you have a storefront as well, like you mentioned. Where is that?
So we have a storefront in Issaquah, Front Street, and our van is we're running from Seattle to Snoqualmie Valley, so it's pretty large. Everything is intentional. I don't do delivery every single day. I have a special day for delivery, and then I calculate my route every time to make sure that I don't create more carbon footprint.
Okay.
And we have different kind of services. So local delivery, we have what we call the refill parties. So which is good to do with your community as well, is that if you don't have a eco store close to you, you can maybe organize like a group delivery.
Okay.
But the refill parties that basically I go on one driveway. So somebody hosts me and then they invited the whole neighborhood. So everybody's come ship, come shop at my van the same day. And then we go like every month, like the little butcher at my grandma's
Right.
house. Same thing.
Okay.
I also help people to get started because like I said, it's scary and we don't know how to do that. So I offer consulting and I can go and come at your house and help you to organize yourself, clean up your pantry to start fresh or whatever you need. So um the educational part is very important for me. So
Yeah, and I mean, I definitely think that it helps. It like you said with the diet, like there are steps that need to be taken to be able to be successful at it.
yeah.
So can you tell our listeners where to find you if they're interested in learning more from you? And then have you ever thought of expanding? Is that something that you're thinking about as well, or
Yeah, we still very early in the business. We are entering in our third year.
okay,
Um, but yeah, the ideal will be to have some franchise here and there to bring that concept um, closer to people who are willing
okay,
to have that in their community. You can find us online, but like I said, I don't ship. But you can find us online. It's www at outoftheboxecostore.com.
okay.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. I try to do TikTok. I dance a little bit, but
Oh, I'll have to follow you on TikTok.
but it's not my favorite platform, right? Um, yeah, and then just I would encourage you to look for any kind of store, not specifically mine, but whatever you are. I'm sure it's exists. I'm a part of a big eco store community. We are suffering from COVID
Yeah,
and shipping and all these kind of yeah um, kind of shopping. So it's hard for us. So shop local, support local um, small businesses. They are willing to help you. So yeah, look around. I know there is a lot of store like mine all around in the United States. Um, so yeah, go for it. Try it. Just make a plan.
perfect. And
It makes a huge difference.
yeah, if there's one thing that our listeners could do this week to really kind of work on living healthier lives through kind of what we've been discussing today, what would you recommend they start with?
It's a hard question. Um, just one? I
Well,
have to pick one?
you can 1 to 3, 1 to 3. I'll let you do 3.
Okay, three. Think twice before you buy something. Um, two, do whatever you can with what you have at home. So maybe it can be just get that new habit to put a grocery bag in your purse, in your car, in the garage, in your pair of shoes, everywhere you can see that bag and say, "Oh, I'm going to the grocery store. I'm going to bring my bag." And when I say bag, it can be like a kit. You can create a grocery kit
Mhm.
with some jars, with some um, reusable produce bags and so whatever. So you can create one or two kits that you put one in your car all the time with you. Because I know I stop by the grocery store and say, "Oh, I forgot that. I'm gonna buy that," and then I didn't bring my bag, and then I feel bad. So get always like a kit in your car, a kit at home, and take it easy. Be kind. I mean, you don't have the whole planet, the whole future of the planet on your shoulder. It's just with you and yourself and your kids, and that's it. And it don't expect any change overnight. I would say that be curious, be curious, read about it. Maybe that's pretty much it. I would say.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day for this.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for taking the time out of your day to listen to our podcast. We hope you found this information valuable and can incorporate it into your family's life. Make sure to check out our show notes for all the important links available. Come join us on Facebook at Moms Raising Healthy Humans community page. Also, please check out our wide range of memberships, family monthly focus ideas, challenges, live events, and on-demand and live workouts, meal plans, and so much more. Head to formfitonline.com. And as always, keep moving.